Yeah, Triple B knows his boxing better than I know me local Chinese menu. So like and subscribe. Me freaking heart! Ack!
Ack! That's where you're going, John. Big John, you disgusting pig. If you carry on eating so much Chinese all the time, you know what I'm saying? You're not burning it off like the Big Bang Chalet Zhang. Huh? I'm trying to help you. You pig. Anyway, on to boxing. So yeah, we got a midget fight, but these are two midgets I can respect. You know, we're not talking no powder puff punchers, no shoe shiners, like Snitch Time son of Edwards. Yeah, Nick Ball vs Isaac Dogboe. Yeah, that's a good fight, and there are the occasional midget fights and fighters that I do definitely want to see. You know, Nazim Hamed was a midget. You know, he was really. He was a 5'4". He started off as a flyweight. Wikipedia says he was even 5'3". He's a heavyweight now, but he's just a fat midget. But you know, back in the day, man, I'd watch his every fight. I'd watch if he fought again now with his fat fingers. But yeah, I saw all his fights except the videos. I watched it on telly. You know, I watched it and then hit the club, except the last one, which I never bothered watching, against Manuel Calvo, which was a disappointing one apparently. I think it was pay-per-view or something ridiculous on Sky. So we move on back to the fight. Yeah. So the Nick Hall Isaac Royal Storm Dogboe, which I think is how you pronounce it. Yeah, is a midget fight I'm looking forward to. Yeah, he's 5'2", Dogboe, the Royal Storm, and so's Nick Ball. 5'2" is, that's nuts, man. I've never been out with a girl who's 5'2". I might have nailed. I went out with a girl who's 5'4", and I thought she was tiny. To be honest with you, I think 5'4" is probably the shortest, but I can't remember doing anything like lighter, smaller than that. But both of them. Are muscled, no homo. They got a good set of muscles on them, some good beef, some power. The Royal Storm Dogboe is 28 years old. He's Ghana born, but I don't know. He's lived in the UK for a few years. I think he went to the Olympics. Yeah, representing Ghana. But anyway, yeah, I like Ghanaians. Because they're friendly. They smile a lot. This one African dude once told me this joke. He said, Chibabia, what is the difference between a Nigerian and a Ghanaian? And I said, well, what's the difference? He goes, the Ghanaian will smile as he robs you. I thought it's a good joke. They are very smiley. They're always smiling, man. Always smiling Ghanaians, which is nice, man. Nigerians are more shifty, allegedly. So, Dogboe, 24 wins, 15 KOs and 3 losses. He was ex-super bantam world champ. He's durable fighter. He's got 3 losses. 2 are on points. 1 to the current champ Robeisy Ramirez at featherweight, and previous to that Emmanuel Navarrete. On points, but he was also stopped in the rematch in 12 by Navarrete, but that's 12 rounds, right? So, we can expect a tough, durable puncher here, and muscular midget, basically. Ball is a kind of featherweight at the moment, and the fight will be at featherweight, right? He has 18 wins, unbeaten with 11 KOs, so as I said, both can punch. Yeah. Boy, I remember him mostly from battering Isaac Lowe. Tyson Fury's little comedy gremlin. His, like Sugar Ray Robinson used to have a little dwarf he used to bring on him on his tours in France and stuff. And Isaac Lowe's like Tyson Fury's version of Ray Robinson's dwarf. And so he got smashed by Ball on the Dillian White Tyson Fury bill. You know, that's the bill where Ngannou was brought on. They rolled Ngannou, the huge buck on, and you know, Tyson had to ask him if he had a big car. You know, honestly, Corey business with Tyson, but we've never heard about Isaac Lowe's Corey, or Nick Ball's, or Isaac Dogboe's Corey. And this is not a Corey channel, of course, it's a boxing channel. So this is a good fight. It's in Manchester. Balls from Liverpool. Balls from Liverpool. As I said, Dogboe is from Ghana, Accra, Ghana originally, the home of Azuma Nelson. But basically London based. Yeah, so it's a good fight between two power punching primordial midgets, man. It's got to say, it's a real good match by Fish Eyes, and it's a risky one for his fighter Nick Ball. You know, he doesn't always like to take risks. Fish Eyes, although as he's getting older, he seems to be taking more risks. You know, Dubon fighting Usyk, Joe Joyce, you know, getting battered by the Big Bang. So you know, maybe he's sick of it. He just wants results, man. And I think this one's going to be a real tear up, man. There might be a midget version of Hagler Hearns, right? Which, by the way, has to be one of the most overrated fights. That's not to say it isn't good. It is. But there's no point in that fight where you think, oh, Hearns is going to batter Hagler. Hagler just takes the shots. He's got a cut, but it's on his forehead. It's not in his eye. I'll do another video on it one day. But you know when people say, oh, it's the best 3-round fight I've ever seen. Oh, it's incredible. I mean, it was a decent fight, but people go over the top, man, because they just repeat what they read and what they're told by people. Oh, Hagler has, oh, amazing fight. They probably haven't even watched it, man. Anyway, back to Bulldog Bay. So yeah, I mean, I don't expect it to be a 3-rounder. Yeah, you know, I expect it to go more rounds than that, and it's a tough call. You know, you could look at Nick Ball being unbeaten. You know, he's fighting in the UK. It's not his hometown. It's hometown Liverpool, but it's nearby in Manchester, so have the support. You know, he's naturally bigger. Well, not in height, obviously, but in weight, he's fought as high as 139 pounds, right? Whereas Dogboe was fighting lower than that, you know, super bantam. I mean, Dogboe is, I say he's from Ghana, but like I said, he's been in the UK for years, but he's fought around the world. He hasn't really attracted a UK crowd, you know. He also won the ABA lightweight title, which is 132. So he's fought as high as 132, albeit in the amateurs. But you know, Ball actually has the natural strength, you'd think, and I went power, weight, and you know, you think the advantages in weight certainly over Dogboe. Dogboe has the advantage in experience. Obviously, he's fought for the world title several times at 2 different weights, and he's won a world title. So it's a real tough call, you know. Sometimes you get these prospects and they look amazing, and then they step up to an experienced guy and they just get worked over. You know, they just get beaten up. You know, years ago, things like, well, you know, Frank Bruno getting battered by Bonecrash Smith on the same bill. Mark Kaler got beaten by, who was it, Buster Drayton or someone? I can't remember. But you know, these kind of things. You know, you get a roaring prospect and then some experienced guy gives him a lesson, man. But you know, intuitively and looking at the records, it seems like a 50-50 fight to me. You know, or maybe 60-40 for Ball because of the location, because he's less. Dogboe's not shot worn, but you know, Nick Ball is fresher, isn't he? Yeah. So I would give him a slight advantage, you know, due to his momentum, his freshness, his higher, his more natural higher weight advantage. Yeah. So, and I'm looking forward to it, man. I'll do a proper preview nearer the fight, but certainly, when is the fight, man? Give me a second, man. Let me check out the date of this fight. Yeah, so it's on November the 18th, man. So that would be a good, you know, a good main event, man. And they're boasting, right? Fish Eyes and Queensberry are boasting. We got 7 title fights, you know, including 2 world title fights. No, sorry, including a world title fight, excuse me. Well, you know, unfortunately they're talking about Hannah Rankin. You know, the ginger bassoonist, the ex-bassoonist, who disgracefully, defended or won her alleged world title against the already brain-injured Alejandra Ayala. Yeah, she battled her into a coma in a story that was largely and conveniently ignored by most people, including boxing news. You know, no one questioned the ball why she was allowed. Everyone avoided and skirted around that issue. Just a few little internet stories you can find, man. Yeah. There was an interview even in Boxing News, supposedly the best boxing newspaper in the world, with a British Boxing Board of Control chief, and this wasn't even asked. He said you've had a hard year, yeah, with Conor Ben fairly test. What about saying licensing a fighter who'd had brain anomalies 2 years before? In a brain scan, known by the British Boxing Board of Control, and he still let her fight, and then she got put in a coma. It was conveniently brushed. A disgrace, you know. I was about the only channel to cover it consistently. Yeah, and it was hardly mentioned, as I said, in the mainstream press, because it doesn't fit the agenda. Everything's about the agenda. Whatever appears in the press, whatever the politicians talk about, however they try to manipulate you, right, is whether or not it fits the agenda. At the moment, there's a little ting, right? This is just a postscript about shoplifting, right? There's all the Mirror are doing this anti-shoplifting kind of initiative. You're always getting stories in the papers, and all the papers do is copy each other's stories and just frame it differently. Everything comes from Associated Press and Reuters, which is owned by the Red Shield family, if you know what I'm talking about. Right? And also in America, they have these flash mobs robbing stores and stuff. These teens, are robbing stores, clearing them out. Gucci, designer stores, Apple stores. They're closing all these stores in America in certain in certain areas because they can't take the risk. The police are not arresting shoplifters, right? Let me tell you what that's about, blood. This is a boxing channel. We got to drop in some news, bro. We got to drop in so people recognise what's really going on in the world. Because boxing will just reflect it in some way anyway. But like as we know, with all the rubbish women's boxing, right, and the better business that they're bringing the prominence in boxing, right? That's just agenda, right? But the agenda with the robbing the shops and the closing, wanting to close down stores and shoplifting, blah. You know what it's about? It's very simple. Because the powers that be, they want you in your 50 mini cities, sitting in your home when you're not at work, and even then they push working on home now, remember that? Sitting at home with your TV on, getting your propaganda fed to you, and you're getting contained like prisoners in a cell. So they're going to start to break down the retail businesses. So it'll all be online. It'll be run by big companies, Amazon, all these kind of big companies, eBay, whatever you want. Yeah, the big supermarkets, and soon there won't be no retail shops to visit. There'll be no coffee shops because there won't be any. You look around at English high streets already. You see all these, where are the shops? They're all charity shops, a few coffee shops. Everything else is closing. The pubs are closing. They really went for the pub industry with a smoking ban, which I might agree with, right? And also, business rates, putting up alcohol all the time, greedy brewery firms, right? So, because the pubs closed down all over. Why? Because these are meeting places for people. People are getting out. They want them in their houses as if they're in a prison cell, watching their propaganda day in, day out, not knowing what's happening on the streets, not interacting with real people, and you won't know what's going on in your forums and your social media, because most of it will be bots anyway. You'll be arguing with a bot. You understand me? That's how they control you. Anyway, sorry guys. But this is a truth channel as well as a boxing channel. Anyway, peace. Looking forward to Nick Ball as at Royal Storm Dogboe. Like I said, I'm nudging towards Nick Ball, but it's a good match between two dwarves.